Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. Today I got some pretty cool musicals from the 1930s, and I got a couple from the 60s, and then I got another related movie. I'm not really big on musicals. I really do like the early 30s musicals, like Warner Brothers did, 42nd Street and some of them that's got those really good Harry Rubin scores of very catchy songs they put on there and stuff. And not like the big 1950s and 60s lavish musicals that are out there, but somewhat a musical fan. But one of my favorite musicals of all time has been the movie 42nd Street, and that's what I have here on DVD. I found this recently at a Dollar General store video hunt. I didn't really make a video hunt. I didn't really make a video because I didn't really pick up anything but this. I have this on Laserdisc. And I saw it, and it was only $3, so I picked it up. And I shouldn't have picked it up because it's on Blu-ray by Warner Archive, and it's probably really nice, but it's $20, so I don't know. I picked it up anyways, just in case it wasn't on Blu-ray. But again, it's one of my favorite movies. It's definitely one of my favorite musicals. It's probably my favorite musical. But yeah, 42nd Street. One of the great, Vitaphone, Warner Brothers movies of the early 30s, directed by Lloyd Bacon. He would turn out a lot of musicals and gangster flicks and stuff like that. It stars Warner Baxter, B.B. Daniels, George Brent. It's got Erna Merkel, Ruby Keeler, Guy Kibbe, Ned Sparks, Dick Powell, just some of the biggest stars of Warner Brothers at that time. And this came out in 1933. It was a big hit, and it spawned some other musicals. What's really cool about it, and what really caught my eye way back when I was young, was the production numbers done by Busby Berkeley. He would do these musical numbers with girls dressed a certain way and do all these complicated camera movements, and all this stuff is just, even if you're not a musical fan, you have to appreciate just what goes into making all of that. It's just stunning. It would be really cool to see some of that stuff on the big screen. I would love to go to a theater and see something like that. One of the other big hit Warner Brothers movies of the time came out in 1933, and it's called The Gold Diggers of 1933. And this is again another movie that's got all the memorable songs. It's got Busby Berkeley numbers. It's got the same kind of cast. I think Dick Powell is back in this one. You got Guy Kibbe, Ned Sparks is back. This has got a young Ginger Rogers. Ruby Keeler's back. This has got Joan Blondell. I love Joan Blondell. She's so beautiful and funny. It's got the really lovely Aline McMahon. She didn't really go far in Hollywood. She was known for her long black hair, and I'm not sure. I think she had she had a career, but it was kind of low key. She wasn't like big starring actor. And another actor in this movie is Warren William. Now he was in a lot of pre-code Warner Brothers movies, as usually playing the boss of the company that girls have to kind of sleep with, and he plays all kinds of shady characters, and mostly in the business world. One day when I do a video about the Forbidden Hollywood movies, which I think I did, but I didn't really go into detail about some of the movies, because there was one called The Mind Reader on one of those discs, one of those volumes. I think volume 5 or 4 has Warren William in it, and it's a great movie. It's not a musical, but it's just a great movie. And a lot of what's good about some of these Warner Brothers movies is, which, I don't think these are on the Blu-ray, but they got a lot of special features on here. They got, some cartoons, and they got some behind the scenes little stuff. There's some featurettes on the Gold Digger one. I don't think this is on Blu-ray yet. And it's got some songs. It's got 3 featurettes, 2 new featurettes, 3 vintage cartoons, a huge trailer gallery. So it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of stuff on these. This was back when Warner Brothers was really putting some money into their DVDs and made them really worth the money, to get one, because you would get all these special features. Plus the movie, which was worth it. Now we get Warner Archive, which we barely get anything extra on one, maybe an audio commentary, but we don't get all of these extra features. I don't know why they won't carry those over, but there's some other good movies that are available. I think I have another. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. I should have grabbed this. Okay, where did I put it? Where did I put it? There it is. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I forgot about this. This is something TCM put out for Warner Brothers on DVD. You see these a lot. These 4 movie packs. Which are usually the discs. They're usually 1 feature discs. They have their own DVD like these. But this one is really cool because this has got 4 Busby Berkeley movies. Again, similar cast, similar directors. Each year a new movie came out. But one that's really cool is called Dames. It came out in 1934. I also have that on Laserdisc. But it's also got all the numbers and stuff. This one has Gold Diggers of 1937, which is pretty good. Footlight Parade I heard is really good. It's got James Cagney doing some dancing, doing some singing. And this one also has 42nd Street on here. But I thought I would show this to you guys because, Footlight Parade, I think the quintessential 3 Warner Brothers Busby Berkeley musicals that you gotta get is 42nd Street, Gold Diggers of 33, and Footlight Parade. They have all the best songs, some of the most memorable musical numbers. So those are the ones to get. And what was interesting was this next thing I'm going to show you. This was a documentary that I heard of. I was listening to a podcast or something, as I always do. And this was a story about something that happened during the 30s to a contract player, meaning one of the background girls you would see in musicals, numbers, and different stuff like that. Really a nobody, but a face nonetheless. And it was about a girl named... There's this movie called Girl 27. And it's a movie about a girl named... Well, she was a girl then. She's obviously a woman now, and she recently passed away. But her name was Patricia Douglas, and there was a scandal in Hollywood in 1937 dealing with the MGM studio. Now, about how they would bring these people in and throw these lavish parties. And they would furnish the girls, so they would tell all these contract player girls, these background actors, to come in, sign the call sheet. You're going to film a movie. But once they got there, they realized, oh, this is just a party. I'm supposed to dance with the people and all this stuff. So it was all this booze, drunkenness, dancing, all kinds of stuff happened the night. And apparently she got raped. And she wanted to bring it to the head, the head people, and say, look, this happened to me and stuff. And so basically they shunned her, and she went to the newspaper, and basically her whole case was on the news page, and they basically ruined her career in Hollywood. They ruined her life. I guess she moved away, had a few marriages, had a family and stuff. And this documentary shows all of that. And it has an interview with her daughter, and then the Patricia Douglas herself talks about what really happened, and stuff like that. So it was one of those stories, on the underbelly of Hollywood back in the golden age, of things that would happen to people, and the studios would cover it up really good and stuff. And I'm sure, it happens nowadays where they cover some things up, but now with the Me Too movement, it's hard for this to happen now without something happening, So I think it's a very interesting movie in light of the Me Too movement, and kind of shows what goes on behind the scenes, because some of these musical, why I picked Girl 27 was because it shows girls in the background, and then in those dancing scenes you would see all these women, all these girls dancing, and each one of those girls are basically a nobody in the scene. They're just part of the scenery. They all have lives and wants and whatever and stuff. So she could have been one of those girls in one of those movies. So I thought there was a good little, connection there and stuff. Interesting connection, but nonetheless. And next, this is a movie that I'm a big fan of Clint Eastwood. And this is a movie I've never owned. And I can't say I've only seen it maybe once. And I thought, I am getting Clint Eastwood movies that I don't have already, and trying to be a completist and get them all. Anyways, and I love Lee Marvin, so you know what I'm talking about now. This movie, Paint Your Wagon. I've never had this movie. It's very, very bizarre, I think, because you got Clint Eastwood singing, you got Lee Marvin singing. I don't know, it's just weird. It's kind of weird when you look back at it, because you can't imagine Clint Eastwood in a musical and stuff. So it's a very interesting movie nonetheless. I mean, it's kind of a long movie. It's 164 minutes, so it's almost 3 hours of that. So I found this really cheap for my collection. I didn't want to pay a whole lot. But I do have Clint and Lee Marvin during that time when they did some singing. But wait, it gets more. Hey, there's more to the story. There's another movie that came out that's I think I like this movie a lot better than Paint Your Wagon. It's called Cat Ballou. This is another kind of musical western type of movie. Again, we got Lee Marvin's back, and he's singing in this, and he actually won a Oscar for Best Actor for his he does a dual role as a town drunk and the gunslinger, or what do you call it? Some kind of gunslinger guy. But anyways, he won an Oscar for this, and it's got Jane Fonda in it. And it's got a very catchy title song, Cat Ballou, sung by, I think, Nat King Cole and somebody else. So it's a really cool movie. For considering everything, I mean, maybe its heart was in the right place and stuff. It's not a movie that I watch a lot, let's say that. But it's in my collection. I love Lee Marvin. So there you go. I might bring it out on a gloomy day and watch it or something. I don't know. And finally, guys, another connection to the last movie I showed you is Jane Fonda in her 1968 famous movie she made, Barbarella. And this is a sci-fi movie of some sort. I don't know what you would call it. It's just kind of weird. It's very experimental at times, and it's basically just nonsense when you come down to it. All it is an excuse for Jane Fonda to wear some very revealing costumes and stuff. And I have to say, they're nice costumes. And she was very beautiful in this movie, in some very famous scenes, especially the opening scene, titles and everything, with her floating. You know, they filmed her floating, and she's undressing, and her clothes are floating away and stuff. It's really kind of cool. She was dating director Roger Vadim at the time, French director, and they made this. But yeah, it's definitely one of those movies from the 60s. You know, it kind of didn't age very well. But I actually got this recently. I had Barbarella a long time ago, and I think I just maybe sold it off or something because I wasn't watching it or something. But I saw this recently at a store, a Goodwill store, and it had the slipcover on it. And it was weird because I've never seen this slipcover. So here's the regular artwork. You know, this has not had anything new to this forever. And then it has this slipcase, which I've never seen the slipcase. I had no idea if they even go with each other. I'm not sure if this goes with this or there's a different edition. But I found it and picked it up. You know, $1. You can't beat that. So I got it. Kind of smells like a basement, but it was $1, guys. What can I say? And it's Jane Fonda. If you know what I'm talking about, it's, very interesting movie. So there you go, guys. Musicals, Jane Fonda, Lee Marvin, and Clint Eastwood singing together. What madness is this? This episode is just crazy. Not quite bonkers, but it's pretty different, though. So I hope you guys like this episode. I just wanted to show some stuff I really liked. I really dig those Warner Brothers musicals. I mean, they're just so catchy. I really like old-time jazz and stuff like that from the 30s. And I guess I get into those songs a little better. But, it's one of my, I guess you could say, what do you call it? I don't know, whatever it is. One of your secret, I don't know, whatever you call it. But anyway, guys, let's go backwards and show off all the movies. Now, these movies, I'll say highly rated. That means I highly rate it. You got to see it somehow. 42nd Street. We got Gold Diggers of 1933. Really good. We got this 4-pack from, this is the Busby Berkeley Musicals 4-movie collection from TCM. This has got Dames, Gold Diggers of 1937, Footlight Parade, and it also has 42nd Street again. So there you go. That's something to find. Those are worth a lot of money these days, it seems. Then we have Cat Ballou with Jane Fonda. And we got Barbarella, the stinky quarter edition of Barbarella. Paint Your Wagon with the singing, my singing favorite stars of time, Clint and Lee Marvin. And finally, Girl 27, the documentary. It's kind of a documentary. But yeah, worth a look if you can find it. It may be streaming. More than likely, it's streaming somewhere, and I would try to look for it, write it down. And so there you go, guys. So I hope you like this episode, and hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the bell to be notified, and just comment. What do you think of Warner Brothers musicals? What do you think about Clint Eastwood singing and Lee Marvin singing? I mean, are they good singers in your opinion? Let me know in the comment section. And I guess that's it, guys. Just be safe out there, as always, and always watch good movies. And until next time, guys, until next time, what I'm trying to say is, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.